Hey Carter Electrical, my name is Steven. In this video, I'm going to be going over 3 things that you can do today to start ranking above your competitors on these Google searches, and in turn getting you more high quality jobs. Now, by the end of this video, if you can see that I do have the know-how to get this done, you can just reply back to this and we can chat, or if you just want to take this information and implement it yourself, that's fine as well. Now, the 3 things I'll be going over are content, citations, and backlinks. Now, content is pretty much everything on your website, but we're primarily going to be focusing on your homepage here. Now, Google likes to see at least 1,500 words of content on the homepages of these service-based industries such as yours. This gives you plenty of opportunity to add in all the buyer intent keywords and key phrases that people are searching for when they're searching for your services. Now I went ahead and pulled up, and I'm going to be using Durham as the example because I do see that's your service area. I do know that you're in Pittsboro, so I'm going to show you something with Pittsboro as well, but it's mainly going to be Durham because that Durham has the highest search volume for your services out of all these areas that you service. So I pulled up the main competitor here in Durham, and that's Volt Doctors, and I threw them into a tool that I subscribe to called Ahrefs. Now, this tool pretty much gives me a behind the scenes view of what Google uses to rank websites. Now, currently, their website is being found for 131 keywords, and their website was clicked on 326 times just in the past 30 days. Now, I went ahead and threw your website into the same tool here, and your website is currently being found for 5 keywords, and it was clicked on a total of 14 times in the past 30 days. All right, so let's go back to our competitor here, and we can actually click on this 131. This will bring up all 131 um, keywords that they're currently being found for. Now, we don't want to look at them all, but we want to concentrate on the ones with the locations behind it, like this electrician Durham NC. This is a location based buyer intent keyword, right? And it got right around 210 searches just in the past 30 days. And just through that search alone, they were clicked on 73 times. Now this got searched on and clicked on more, but this is not buyer intent, right? This is people looking for information on a microwave. We want somebody looking for an electrician, right? So that's why we're looking at these. So let's go to yours, and we can click on this 5 here and pull up your keywords that you're being found for. So small electric repair near me, electrician's Chapel Hill, so that's a good one. But we definitely want the Durham one on there as well, right? Because that gets a lot of search volume, right? And all the locations that you service, you want those like electricians with those locations on there, right? So first things first, I would go down this list and grab all the relevant keywords with a good search volume and put them on your website so you are getting found for those. All right, so that's it for content. Next, I want to go over citations. Now, when people are that's you. Hold on, sorry about that. Now, when people are searching for these terms like electrician Durham NC, and I'm actually going to be using electrician Pittsboro because when it comes to citations, it has to do with the map pack here, right? And you're not going to show up in Durham because your service address is a Pittsboro address. So this is so you can be found here, right? So when people are searching these terms like electrician Pittsboro NC, studies have shown that right around 45% of those people are going to be clicking on one of these businesses in this section called the map pack. This is your Google business profile. Now, most people believe that it's the reviews that are like the driving factor here that gets you in the map pack, but it's not. That is a factor along with many other things, but the driving factor are citations. Now, a citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online. Some examples of these directories are like Yelp, Angie, Thumbtack, Yellow Pages, White Pages. There's quite a few of them, right? Now, it used to be that the more directories you were in, the better, right? And the person or the company that was in the most directories usually got into this top 3 here. But that's not how Google works anymore, really. Not in 2025. They don't really care so much about the number of citations anymore. They care about the source of those citations. And the main thing you want to be in are called these aggregators. There's three main, they call them data aggregators, and this is important. You want to be in Data Axle, Newstar, and Foursquare. Okay, once you're in those and you're verified in those aggregators actually push your data downstream to hundreds of smaller apps, navigation systems as well, and directories. And this is automatic, right? So those three you definitely want to be in. But on top of that, there are some directories that you do want to manually get yourself into, and there's like 45 to 50 of them depending on your industry. So for you, it's probably around 50. I can give you some examples. It would be like Apple Maps, Bing Places, Yelp, the BBB, Angie, Thumbtack, Nextdoor. But you can actually Google or like use AI and just have them find the top 50 core consumer directories, right? And it'll give you a list, and you want to get in those. You do that along with those aggregators, and you'll end up, up in this top 5 here, right, for your local searches for Pittsboro. Okay, so that's it for maps. Underneath the maps, excuse me, is Google's organic search results. Let's go back to Durham because they get all the searching. So this doesn't really have to do with citations. The number one spot here claims right around 40% of clicks. So whereas this map pack claims 45, it's split up in between these three businesses. This spot right here in the organics, number one claims right around 40%, which makes it the most clicked on position on the page. The main driver here are what we call backlinks. Now, backlinks is essentially when you have other websites on the internet that have a link on their site somewhere that when it's clicked leads back to your website. Now, Google uses these backlinks as like an online referral system. Now, the more relevant the relevant to your industry and the more trust it has with Google, the better for you. For example, say there's a local blog page or a popular industry related site that's linking back to you. That's what's actually going to help push you up in Google's rankings. But since you are an electrical company, say there's a site like Pizza Hut linking back to you. Pizza Hut is very popular. Gets a lot of views, a lot of traffic, has a lot of trust built with Google, but it's not going to do you guys any good because you guys don't sell pizza or have anything to do with pizza. So I want to go back to this tool here, and this is again our competitor, and I want to look at this section now. This is the backlink profile, and just to be clear from here, it's through your content, primarily your keywords that you get found by Google for what people are searching for. Once they find you, they've got to determine where they're going to put you on the list, right? And that's where these backlinks come into play. So DurhamElectricalServices.com currently has 257 backlinks coming from a total of 193 other websites. We call them referring domains here. You have 68 backlinks coming from 53 other websites. Now, the number's not really that important. It's we want to find out where our competitor is getting his backlinks from. So we want to look at these websites because that's what's pushing power. So we click on that number, it's going to give us all the websites they're currently getting their backlinks from. So it would be beneficial for you to go down this list, all the pages, and get backlinks for yourself. Now, if you did this, and this is assuming at this point that your content and your keywords are on point, that would actually put you in contention for the number one spot for these Durham searches, right? Now, what would really put you up over the top is if you did that same thing with the top 3 to 5 websites here. It would take some time to get indexed, but you would eventually take over that number one spot and get all that traffic. So let's go ahead and recount what we went over. First thing's going to be content. You want at least 1,500 words on your front page with the right keywords, the right amount of keywords. Second are citations, right? To get into the map pack for Pittsboro, first you want to get onto those 3 major data aggregators. That was Data Axle, Newstar, and Foursquare. Then you want to research the top 50 core consumer directories and manually get into each one of those. Okay. And then lastly are backlinks, meaning you need more relative websites linking back to your website to show Google that you are the authority when it comes to electrical companies in and around the Durham area, right? So, like I said at the beginning of the video, you can take this information and implement it yourself, and that's fine. Or if you'd rather book a discovery call with me, my name is Stephen Hogue. I live right here in North Carolina. You can either respond back to this email or give me a call at 910-551-2006. Other than that, I appreciate your time and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care. Bye.